We've spent several months tackling boat projects, exploring, sailing, and preparing plot twists for our next cruising season. Now we face our biggest project to date, and one we've been dreading ever since arriving to Florida: rebedding our windows. We are Paige and Daniel, traveling with our Great Dane Winston on our 38-foot catamaran to see what lies beyond the horizon. A big thanks to those who support our adventures on Patreon, especially our awesome patrons. Go to patreon.com to find out how you can become an awesome patron.
But before we can get to this, we're going to have to go back in time and see where we began on what was supposed to be a normal, everyday day.
Today, we are working on the biggest project to date. We've got all our supplies, and I think we've built up enough courage.
Yeah, we're getting ready to tear some windows out of the side of the boat. They have been leaky, and they look awful. So this has been a project we've been wanting to do all summer, and now we finally have some good weather, and it's not awful outside.
We've been talking for months about our plan and our project and like how we're going to like really work this through. And I think we finally have hashed out all the details. Of course, I'm sure there's something that is going to come up that catches us by surprise, but we'll see.
It's a boat project. Boat projects almost never go 100% the way you plan, but we'll see.
So far, it is an absolutely lovely morning and a beautiful day for us to work on this project. Let me show you some of the issues that we're dealing with so you can understand why we're doing what we're doing.
So yeah, you can see where the, delamination of whatever that stuff is coming off from the boat. And we're just afraid the windows are just going to fall out one day.
One of the biggest concerns is while we're taking off the caulk and pulling out the windows will actually just pop out. And this is what we're doing to prevent that. I don't think anyone can tell what that was. So now we're going to start actually cutting into this, and Daniel and I have so much apprehension. I think the worst thing in my head that could really happen is that we break the window. Don't want to break the window because that would be very expensive and difficult to replace. So our windows have been like leaking like crazy. And this really explains why. When you're taking out the caulk and it's weeping, yeah, that's a thing.
So I think we're at the point where we are ready to actually take the window off. We've taken all the caulk from around the frame.
Well, most of the caulk from around the frame. There's some debate whether we took enough.
Yeah, this is our first time doing this, and the YouTube is not great on this. We have this thing that we are now going to use to kind of slice off the window from the rest of the caulking.
It's the same tool that they use for actual car windshields, and this was recommended to us by a friend of ours, Jay, who we met at Thunderbolt Marina when we had our sail drive worked on.
So we are going back in a little bit more and trying to get a good place to start the wire in the corner. So just kind of cleaning up that edge a little bit more to get that wire in there so we can kind of keep sawing across the window.
Look at all this water coming out of this. This is wild. All right, so it's still here on the outside. I don't know if you guys can see that little line. I'm trying to just cut our way through. I personally think we need to take out more caulking. What do you think, baby? So while working on this, I'm actually finding like what looks like the paint is peeling up is actually like there are pockets of water that are in between the boat and the window. So it's time that we did this project, right? All right, so we've been working at this, I don't know, I'm not keeping a timer on us, but we've been working at this a bit longer. And, we're gonna give this one more try. We've been told the key is to don't rush it, just slowly. Because this is tempered glass and it is forgiving until it's not. All right, we're making some progress. All right, it looks like Daniel's working really hard on this. So maybe we need to take a break and keep working out some more of the caulking?
I don't know. Because there's no way that we're going to get anything past those edges. So it might just be a matter of kind of just sawing through it.
I'm taking off more caulk, and Daniel's like, you know what? This is stupid. There's got to be an easier way.
Well, it probably would help if you're using the tools the way they're supposed to be used. So in looking, we're supposed to take one wire, not kind of like go through it like a cheese block, but one wire from inside the frame, then one wire outside the frame, and then we kind of work it around the frame. It seems to make a lot more sense.
The concern about doing that is, well, we're going to be on different sides of the boat, and this is the way the tool is intended to be used, and I think it will work much better.
And we have a window right over there, so we can talk to each other.
No yelling. Guys, life is stressful enough, especially projects. They're stressful enough without yelling. We just like to, let's try to maintain calm, quiet voices. So that's why we like the headsets that we use all the time, what we call marriage savers. Because yelling just elevates the situation and makes you more stressed than you need to be.
Hi. You know.
We can kind of see Daniel in there. There's a little piece. Oh man, messing up our fiberglass.
Yeah.
This is a lot more challenging than we were hoping. No. Hold on, let me use the blade here. We're almost there. Yay! Keep pushing so I can. There we go.
Oh, well, so now we got to put the handle on it. Through this hole. Then out that channel. Then through that hole. Then bend down. And then lock down.
Easy peasy. Well, the good news is that our windows had no danger of coming off. Or at least this one didn't. Because we can't get it off. I'm checking Daniel inside and he is saying we're chewing up the innards.
Yeah, we were chewing up the window frame, something fierce. Like every time we pull through, it's eating the window frame instead of taking the window off. Come take a look. Yeah, those holes there, these were not here before.
So it's like, damn, we...
I don't think that these things were rebedded with Sika or with 795. I think someone might have used 5200 to rebed these because I think they've been rebedded before.
It's not quite a nightmare yet.
Oh, I'm very close to saying this is a nightmare. The only other thing I think we can do is maybe go get some wooden shims and we just start tapping shims all the way around the window, just very, very gently.
Okay, and I'm like, boo! You know, they say don't try to force it because you will break your window.
So I'm gonna take the handle off of the inside, bring it back around to the outside, and try to saw through it the way that we were before.
So unfortunately, we have a theory that this is 5200, which is nearly impossible to take off. And that is why we're struggling so much.
You can see the wire up against the blob in there. It's not even starting to cut into it.
It's not?
Uh-uh. So we got 70 feet of this cutting wire with the kit that we bought, and we might end up using all 70 feet at this point. Yeah, and there's more in the bucket.
Yeah, it's like we're getting so close. Oh, we're so close, and it breaks. So it's just take your time. That's what I keep telling us. We're not going to pry it. We're not going to pull it apart. We're just going to slowly cut it away because that's just what you do so you don't break a window.
Is that really what you do? Because I'm at almost a sledgehammer point.
It's joking. So guys, we've been working for like 5 hours to get this window off, and we are so close to getting it finally done. I'm hoping to catch the pop-off moment when we celebrate. It's gonna happen. Not sure when, but it'll happen.
Oh yeah, this is close. You wanna
I
hold
don't
on
know
to
what to do. Should
hold
I hold
on to the
these?
handles, yeah.
Oh, hold on to the handle. Oh my god! We got it off! Oh,
High five.
huzzah! That only took us
Forever.
all day. Not quite all day.
Not quite all day.
But what, 6, 7 hours?
Yeah. All right.
And there's a right in front of you.
What the f just happened?
I'm literally shaking. I'm not angry at all. I'm not angry. I'm just flummoxed.
It just exploded.
Are you okay? I'm sorry. I should have asked that.
I got a couple cuts, but it just did I twist it or something?
I'm sorry, but you must have. Like, I'm sorry.
It just exploded.
Yep. I kind of want to cry.
Yeah.
So the plans for tomorrow just changed. The great news is that we don't have to clean that glass.
The glass is going to be easy to clean.
Relatively. We
still
need to clean
the window.
the hull. And
we have plastic drape to put on that.
Yeah. We need to get some plywood.
There is a glass manufacturer here on the island. I don't know if they can do that.
I don't know.
But
I
we're
don't
gonna
know.
find
We'll
out.
see.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out real quick.
Oh my gosh,
The
guys!
title-
I'm sorry if the camera's shaking because I am shaking.
Yeah, the title of this episode is Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the title of this episode.
This is.
Rarely do we know the title before we finish filming. But yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so.
Carnage. We got to get this swept up now.
Yeah, we're gonna clean up the dock and put up some tape.
Plastic and tape.
Yeah, plastic, and I guess go to Home Depot. And Daniel's gonna clean up his blood.
Yeah, and I got glass shards all within me.
That's what happens when glass explodes. Yeah. So I was super excited earlier and stoked. I really thought that we were going to be getting these windows out and that we were going to be putting it back up and it was going to be wonderful and great. But now we don't have a window to put back in. We did get the mess cleaned up, so that's the positive side of that. It took what, about an hour?
Yeah.
When you have that safety glass, it breaks up into like millions tiny little pieces. And so I was just picking up all of those. They got wedged in between the boards on the dock, and I just want to make sure everything's clean. We're gonna put some plastic on the window. Daniel cleaned up a lot of the stuff off the hull while I was cleaning the deck. And now we're gonna go Home Depot and see about getting some plywood and probably some black paint, because I don't know how long it's gonna take for us to get new window made. Feeling so totally dejected, guys. Like, wind completely out of my sails. All right, slight change plans. Daniel remembered that we have some what's called starboard, and at least that's what we've been calling it, in the boat already. So it's like that's what we're gonna use to basically plug the hole until we get a window. So we're off to the hardware store, see what we can get. Daniel has some things he wants to get for this
Temporary window cover.
yeah, and we'll just go from there. The next question is, do we want to do the other windows tomorrow, since we just freed up a day? What are we here for?
Nuts, bolts, washers, and some tape.
Everything we need for a functioning window.
This might be a bit much.
We have everything we need. We're here, and we're gonna get back and see if we can fix this.
A temporary fix.
Problem is we have those windows we can do tomorrow. It is now very obvious to us that the windows we have that are on the boat
Still on the boat.
are still on the boat. They're in the boat. Like, they're not gonna just pop out.
Oh, no.
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 That is confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
They leak like a sieve, and they look really bad because the paint underneath is all flaking away.
Yeah.
So now we have to decide if we want to go ahead and go through the trouble of fixing the whole paint thing so they look nice, or do we just want to remove the caulk and recaulk? I don't know how expensive or how long it's going to take for us to get the new window. We're still trying to find somebody to...
Yeah. I mean, it's at the end of the business day, so...
That's true. That's true.
So what I'm going to try and do now is I'm going to take some tape, duct tape, Gorilla Tape, whatever, doesn't matter, and I'm going to put it over the window to try and create a makeshift water barrier, and then I'm going to put some starboard on it, and we'll see what happens. It's really about to rain. So I'm out here with the starboard. The other piece. Paige is in there getting ready to poke the holes through. So let's finish this up. There are a reason that sailors are hoarders and pack rats, because you never know when your window's going to explode. So the plan is put this on the outside, and then I'm going to take some other pieces of starboard and use them as like cross members.
So are we putting any like caulk or any kind of something to hold it together?
We can put some caulk around the screw holes.
So it'd just be tension that's holding it together.
Yes. Yes, just tension.
All right, now we are going to put in our little temporary window, little makeshift. We just grabbed a bunch of things that we have lying around, and we're just gonna stick it on. I'm gonna be on this side, holding this in place while Daniel goes on the outside in the rain. He's such a lovely dear. And he will put the bolts and everything on from the outside.
Darling, can you hear me? I can. You may poke the holes. Top aft, all right? There we go. That's perfect. Yep. And just hold it there for a moment. All right, there we go. Hold on. Hold there. All right, now you try to line up the bottom too. And there's the other. All right. Hold it right there. All the bolts are on. I just need to tighten them down. Looks slightly less than terrible, but it's awful. We'll go with awful. Maybe not terrible. We'll go with awful.
I feel so incredibly demoralized. Like I'm trying to clean up the house, the boats, after our failed project, and trying to decide what's tomorrow going to hold. Are we going to try to do this again? Are we just going to take out the caulk and recaulk?
I don't know, but this is just this figures. Yeah, it was not supposed to rain today. Or if it was going to rain, it was going to be like a very scattered something small. But yeah, no, we have been getting solid rain. But you know what? We're not getting any more leaks out of that duct tapey window than we had been. So that's a plus.
Yeah, that is true. The duct tape window is leaking no more than the other window was. So there's that. That's boat life, guys. All right, that's boat life. Today was a fuck it all kind of day, and we're gonna have a glass of tequila. Unfortunately, I sliced the living shit out of my finger while helping with dinner, and so I'm all bandaged up and holding it above my heart, and we're debating whether we should go to the hospital for stitches. Although Daniel doesn't think I need stitches. You know, it's like he's like, you know, you get cut like that in the kitchen all the time.
Yeah, that's a paper towel and scotch tape kind of cut, so it's fine.
Will you please just acknowledge that I cut the shit out of myself?
Oh, yeah, you cut the living bejesus out of yourself. Like, I mean, that was a good cut.
I'm just glad I still have a finger, okay? I missed my joint and hit the bone.
Yeah, I didn't see any bone, but it was a good little bleeder. So, tequila?
Why not?
Why not?
So, the cut that I got the other night while helping Dana with dinner is a lot worse than we really thought, isn't it?
It's a bit, yeah.
Yeah, we should have gotten to get stitches, but here we are. We put a bunch of quick clot in it to make it stop bleeding the other night. And then Daniel cleaned it out the following morning because you really shouldn't leave that stuff in your wound. It needs to heal. So we probably won't use Quick Glide again. Now we're handling my cut. It's a good cut. I know Daniel really downplayed it the other night, but
Yeah, peeling back the skin to get down into the subcutaneous fatty tissue, whatever that is, to clean the quick clot out, that's not fun. That's very not fun.
not fun for either of us.
It's the left finger, but I mean, in order to keep the cut closed, it really needs to kind of stay immobilized and all that stuff. So we're taking a day or so to let this thing kind of heal a bit and go from there.
Unfortunately, I think it's going to take more than a day or so. This is going to probably slow me down for a while, at least on big projects like the windows. That actually looks really good right now. We used suture tape to kind of help hold the cut closed because it was just gaping open. This is so stupid, guys. It's like, if we were to do this while we're in the Bahamas, out in the middle of nowhere, where it's completely remote and hard to get to facilities, that'd be one thing. But we're so stupid, we didn't take advantage of the facilities available to us. I'm just,
Kicking yourself.
yeah, I'm kicking myself.
Hindsight is always 20/20.
And you may be wondering what we're spraying. All right, so, guys, this is so ridiculous. and embarrassing and funny, so we'll tell you. So the Quick Clot that we're using is
a septic powder made for your dog.
Yeah.
Like if you're trimming nails or something, and you get too far, or
yeah,
tail.
that's what that is.
That's what we have.
And then what we're putting on right now, it's just a kind of a disinfectant. I love using colloidal silver, and right now the colloidal silver we have on hand is
Colloidal silver for pets, horses, dogs, cats. But yeah, it's colloidal silver in in distilled water.
yeah, it's. Anyways, I'm just shaking my head like.
All the stuff we have is for Winston.
Yeah.
All the first aid stuff we have is for our
Not all
dog.
the first stuff, but the stuff that we're using right now was made for animals. Guys, I can't make this shit up. Like, this is ridiculous.
But the cut looks really good. Like, I mean, it's looking good.
It's so embarrassing. Okay, and what are we using as kind of what is it, like
A healing
a
agent?
healing agent? Is it Neosporin or something like that?
Of course, it's not Neosporin. Why would we use Neosporin?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Because I like to use like all natural type products, right?
It's honey.
It's honey. It's medical grade honey that we actually got
For Winston.
from the vet when he had a really bad cut on his foot. In Canada. And it worked amazing.
Oh, it was beautiful.
So it's like, I mean, he had subcutaneous fat showing.
Oh, yeah,
on
it
his
was a
foot.
real bad
It was
cut.
a really bad cut. So if it works for him, right? Like, it can work for me too.
Yeah.
I can imagine when my finger goes super gangrene infection and we're explaining all of this to the ER doctor who's shaking their head. We'll just bring in all of the vet and animal products that we have and say, this is what we used on me.
If infection hasn't set in by now, I think we're okay. It looks great.
It's only been like 2 days, not even 2 days. So we'll see.
There's not even any redness around the cut. Like, it looks great. This is not the playing doctor that I had envisioned when I got married.
This is ridiculous. All I want to do is go outside and pull caulking off of the windows and yeah. We have reached out to Seawind and we have tried to get measurements, a template, so that we can have glass cut for the other hull. Unfortunately, Seawind had said, sorry, back in 2005, we used a timber template and they now don't have those. So we need to basically make a template of our own so that we can send it to the glass cutter so that they can hopefully cut glass that will hopefully fit. How do we do that? We are using the starboard side, and we have a piece of plastic here, and I am going to just mark it. I think I'm actually going to take the edge of this marker and do a rubbing to get the edge of this window on the starboard side, so that we can then cut out a piece and put it on the port side.
Seawind, when we reached out to them, they said they use a timber template and they didn't get the dimensions of it. But not only do they not have the, I mean, they didn't take any kind of measurements or a CAD drawing or anything of this timber template that they used to use. That didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but I guess that's, you know, that's the marine industry.
Well, in this window, I think the window size, at least I'm hoping the window size is the same, because on the window hole is actually different than that one over there.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, that's a...
So I'm hoping the window size is the same.
Well, we'll cut out the cardboard template and we'll find out.
We'll find out soon enough. Hold on, check this out. Isn't this nice? You can actually see where the window is from the rubbing. Oh my God, look how bad these scissors are. They're not even cutting. Do we have better scissors? Because I need better scissors. So apparently our scissors suck. So I've resorted to trusty utility knife. So this should be our window. Let's step over here and see if it may be close to fitting. Oh, no, nowhere close to fitting. I can't tell you how disappointing that is. We'll just have to think of another way for us to get a template made. It'll be fine. Everything will be just fine.
So the template that we just did doesn't actually fit. The starboard side and the port side aft windows are not the same. They're mostly the same, and they're the same where it counts. It's just that the starboard side forward bit is a little bit smaller than the port side.
I am now taking the template that I cut out from the plastic, and I'm going to make a template out of cardboard. And we're going to take that cardboard template to the glass cutters, and hopefully we'll be able to get some glass from them in a couple weeks. Fingers crossed.
And we also made the decision that before we start tackling any of the other windows, we're going to use the plastic that we used with this window, well, other plastic, to create templates of those windows before we even start tackling them. So we will have templates in plastic of all the windows on the boat so that we don't run into this issue again. But if we do, then we're at least prepared.
Go ahead, like and subscribe to join us in our next adventure.